Excellent!
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Paul's Hardware Dining Room Table Edition. This time I'm going to be unboxing my first ever SteelSeries product on my personal channel. This is the SteelSeries Sensei Raw Rubber Surface Gaming Mouse. This is available in a couple different textures or coatings on the surface. This is the rubberized edition, which I'm going to say right from the get-go I know I'm going to prefer. There's also a glossy plastic finish available for this one, which I'm not a fan of when it comes to mice, but if you are, that's also available. So I'll just start off with a quick look at the box, just so you can get an idea of how it's laid out and everything. I'll show that text up close in just a second. You do have a little peekaboo window right there that you can open up and see that winning is everything. That's the mantra we're going with right here. You can also see the mouse right there. This is an ambidextrous design for a mouse, which is also something that I've not been particularly a big fan of in the past. So we'll see if this mouse is able to change my mind when it comes to that particular thing. Let's start with some specs right here. As you can see, they're all listed. We got frames per second, 12,000, counts per inch or CPI, anywhere between 90 and 5,670, which is a lot. CPI and DPI, for all practical purposes, are interchangeable. This is a laser sensor mouse that we're dealing with right here. But 150 inches per second, 30 grams of lateral acceleration, 30 G lateral acceleration, so you can move the mouse really fast. Lift distance of roughly 2 millimeters. 8-button mouse, so you get 2 side buttons on either side, left and right, center click, as well as a 8th button, which is used for changing your CPI. You have 2 options that you can store within the mouse, and a 2-meter braided cable, and there's kind of a look at it as well. The SteelSeries Sensei Raw, as compared to the SteelSeries Sensei Original, is basically a less expensive and slightly less blingy version, if I can say that. Basically, you get a lot of the cool elements, such as the sensor they're using, the Avago ADNS 9500, same one that's used in the Sensei. And then also here you get Omron switches for the left, right, and center, as well as TTC switches for the side buttons. Gaming grade switches powered by SteelSeries engine, so you can still use their software, although you're not going to have quite as much ability to access the more detailed features, because this one does not include, actually there's a really handy chart right here. If you're wondering the difference between the Sensei Raw and the original Sensei, you get SteelSeries Exact Tech, the metal coated grip, you get with just the Sensei braided cables with both. You don't get all the illumination possibilities, so this one will only illuminate in white versus all the multicolor illumination that's available with the RGB on the original Sensei. Pro grade laser sensor, though, available on both, for example. Sensitivity of CPI and DCPI, just CPI available in this, so again, just more of a plug-and-play mouse with not quite as many of the professional adjustment features. So no LCD menu system on the bottom of the mouse, for example, and 1 onboard profile available for storage versus 5 with the Sensei. So, and then the 32-bit ARM processor, so that's a reason why you're not getting quite as much of the flexibility that you do with the Sensei. But for some people who just want a simple mouse that works and that you can just plug in and use, which is often the case that I've experienced, this should be a good option. So let me pull this out of the box. Make sure I'm not missing anything. We have the SteelSeries Sensei Raw Quick Start Guide. Let's take a closer look at that. Alright, Quick Start Guide is going to tell you, oh, you also get a SteelSeries sticker. Always nice to have. Package contents, for example. System requirements, compatible with Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows XP, Mac OS 10, 10.6. You need 100 megs of free hard drive space if you're going to install the software. And then you get you want 128 megabytes of RAM, which hopefully you have, and a USB port to plug it in, of course. Getting started, let's just flip through this. Oh, and other languages. So that's pretty much it for the manual. And then the mouse itself, which is packaged up right here. Alright, so there you have the mouse. Initial impressions from me, I love this. I love the coating. I love the rubberized coating. This is my preferred coating for lots of different electronics products. The only downside to this, possibly in the future, is after many clicks, or even a few weeks or months, I'm not sure, depending on how the quality of the coating, you can have it start to wear off, which doesn't look all that nice. But This is just an unboxing, but hopefully this is going to be one of those mice that holds up over time with that awesome coating on it. On the bottom you have a bit of a clear see-through thing, so you can see some of the PCB layout on the inside as well as your product information. Some big old PTFE Teflon feet on the bottom, so nice easy movement of the mouse across your chosen surface. This is going to light up in white, the SteelSeries image there at the back. And then you've also got this little item here which will light up for to indicate the CPI changes, which you can make by default with this little button right there. Scroll wheel at the top, some nice detents available in that, seems pretty sturdy as well. Left and right click button. Feel in the hand is pretty good for starters. One thing that I've encountered with mice in the past that have buttons like this on both sides, in particular with ambidextrous mice, is if you're going to push these buttons, you're gripping the mouse from the side and you might accidentally push the other buttons on the side. But this feels like, at least upon initial inspection, that my finger is going to want to push right here and not necessarily up against these buttons. So it doesn't seem like it would be a problem, although maybe I should put it on the table. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Again, especially for an ambidextrous mouse, and I know this is just a first impression, but pretty good feel in the hand. The mouse is fairly lightweight. You don't have any weighting options with this, but you know, I think from a weight perspective, it's not heavy. I would say it's a little bit more towards medium to lightweight from other mice that I've tried. But you can see the side buttons here on the one side, forward and back. I'm guessing for the default. Some other buttons over on this side which you can program using the software, and then the cable, which is kind of a black and white braided. It looks to be nylon and not plastic braiding, which is always nice. 2 meters of that, and then up to the not gold-plated US. Oh, thank you SteelSeries for not making this gold-plated. I mean, it's not bad to have it gold-plated, but it doesn't do anything. So I'm glad that they didn't have to do gold plating. Anyway, but yeah, nice cable. Looks to be a nice mouse right out of the box. So that's a quick closer look at the SteelSeries Sensei Raw with the rubber surface. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.